welcome to another update for the Foundation. So it seems that I've taken a bit of a extended absence once again, although it's pretty enforced this time. About the time I was going to make an update, about a week or two after my last update, my computer died. And computers die, not a big deal. All my data was all saved and backed up for the Foundation and for all my other things, so it wasn't a big problem, but it really died. At first it looked like maybe just the power supply had gone out, so I replaced the power supply and then it still didn't work. So I took out all the hard drives to see if the hard drives are bad, and it turns out almost all the hard drives are bad. So I went to replace those and tried running just off of a USB drive, and it still didn't work. So I ran tons and tons of testing on other things on my computer, and eventually it just kind of came down to it was probably the motherboard, possibly the processor, but most likely the motherboard. And in the long run of things, this basically ended up in a near complete rebuild of my computer, which was quite annoying because I was happy with my computer, and I usually like upgrading after I've fully worn out my hardware and gotten all the value I can out of them. So this was a little premature for one of my computer builds, but it happens. So it's been taking a long time to get that all back together through all of the RMAs, all of the purchasing and waiting for new hardware, all the testing. It takes a lot of time when you're going piece by piece like that. I didn't have any hard drives for a long time because I had to go through RMAs, and if any of you guys have done the RMA process, it's like a month or so before you get your things back. So I couldn't really afford buying all new hard drives. That was a really annoying thing, but I'm set back up, and it's taken me probably like a week or so to get this video made after I've gotten set up. Now I'm back. Now I'm here. Guess another update. I'm the previous doctor that I think I was mentioning I was seeing before. He ended up saying he couldn't do anything to help me out. And now I'm seeing another one now, and he thinks he can do something to help me. We'll see how it's going. So last video we talked about base building, and I talked about how I had this plan and the base would build out in rings. And I got some positive, some negative kind of feedback on that, and did a lot of talking with some other people I know, a lot of planning and things, and it kind of turned out that although that idea was probably going to look really good and probably be fairly interesting on several levels, it was kind of going to be a pain for modders because it was going to have some kind of circular-ish elements to it, and that's just kind of a pain for modders to have to deal with. And so with that in mind, it kind of came down to I should probably do something a little more normal. So I'm going back to something quite similar to the original idea. It's going to be a little bit more controlled in how it's done. There's going to be some more pathfind checking when you place things down. There will probably be a one-size-fits-all kind of hallway that you can build in places, which will simplify a lot of the logic for how things can move around in the hallways and everything. I haven't ironed out exactly what I'm doing with the hallways, and that doesn't matter for now because the solution thing I'm working on, it won't care if I make multiple sides of the hallway or one size of the hallway, whatever. So it's going to be quite similar to the original thing I presented. I'm basically trying to make it so that hopefully, and this probably is an impossible thing to avoid, but I'm trying to make it so that people can't just game the system and create a base that nothing can break out of because you've just made like tiny little hallways they can't fit through and they can't break through it for some reason. Just trying to make it so that the base building, you have to think through it a little bit more. I want more of the security measures to be more of how you stop people and not just weird pathing constructions you do to stop things. So I've been working on that, and as part of it, the original base building code is kind of a massive disaster. If you had gone through my mental stages in building it up to where it was at the demo, there was a lot of different thoughts that were put in, a lot of things that were tried, and I just kind of kept iterating and building off of each design in order to move quickly and get this thing out there. I wanted to attract some attention, get people excited, that kind of thing. But in the long run, what that meant is that it is a spaghetti tangled code mess. And there's a lot of good useful stuff in there. It's not all terrible, it's just really hard to continue improving off of it. So I needed to take a step back and clean that out and go forward, which is what I'm looking at now. I don't have a very good demo for that yet. I'm hoping to plug it into everything that I'm kind of going in first, because it's kind of off by itself right now as I've been working on it. Hopefully I'll show it off really soon, because it'd be nice to actually show things off. You know, I haven't showed things off in forever, so we'll hopefully get to that pretty soon. It's really nice to actually be coding again, even though I don't think I have a really good rhythm going yet, as obvious by the fact that I haven't had a very good series of videos coming out again yet. So I'm sorry there was that big delay. Wasn't really my choice. But now it's back together. There was no code loss. So there's no setback other than time from that computer death. And I look forward to talking to you more in the next video.